Today we're going to look at how to spot a fake Hugsby XP-1. Let's do this. Yep, I finally got duped. This is the real Hugsby XP-1. I'm going to point out a few differences between this one and that one. And maybe it'll save you in the long run. But let's go ahead and look at it. The most noticeable thing immediately when I pulled this out of the package was I noticed the tail cap switch wasn't the same. And upon further inspection, I found quite a bit that was different in this light. But let's start with the tail cap. It's a thinner, cheaper rubber. It's going to tear up easier, I bet. It's also not recessed. Sticks out a little bit further than the real Hugsby. The paint's cheap. It got beat up in the mail, I guess. I ordered these from overseas. It took a long time to get here. I ordered two of them. One of them, as you can see, is not in the video because it didn't work. Surprise, surprise. The aluminum on this light, the fake, is a little bit thinner, whereas this one's a little bit thicker. Not much. It's very hard to spot. This is a little bit thinner. So if you drop it, it's more than likely going to dent easier. The clips on these lights are exactly the same. That's about it. The clips are the only thing that I can find that are almost perfectly identical. But that's about it. The lanyard holes. This is the real Hugsby. I'm going to try and show you this. The lanyard holes on this light are cut very nicely. Now let me see if I can show you this. The lanyard holes on this light are cut very roughly and very poor. Very poor. They're very sharp. This is going to lead to, you're going to put a lanyard on this thing, and that aluminum over time is going to cut your lanyard string, and you're going to lose your light. So that's another thing. The markings. Let's see if I can show you this. Yeah. These are the markings on the real Hugsby, and these are the markings on the fake Hugsby. As you can see, the fake is a little bit bigger, and I realized after a little bit of thought, and what they had done here. Your registered trademark, and there's no way in the world my camera's going to pick this up, but your registered trademark there on the real one is a perfect circle, whereas the one on the fake is more oblong, and the letters are stretched. So if I had to guess, I would say they copied and pasted and put it in their little machine where they, diamond bit this out and stamped their insignia on there. But when they did it, they stretched it and they made everything a little bit too oblong. So it just doesn't add up. It makes it look bigger, nicer. It did have white powder on it when I got it, so I'm pretty sure I could scratch this off. But they don't add up. We will now move on to the head of these lights. What kind of goodies wait for us here? Okay, the original Hugsby has a orange peel reflector. This one has a smooth reflector. It's also about 1/8 to 1/16 of an inch shallower. The reflector's not set back as deep. It doesn't go as deep as the real Hugsby. So you're not going to get as good of throw over a long distance. It looks pretty good up close, but about 35 foot away, it starts to break up a little bit quicker than this one, the real Hugsby. So that's that. The LED, it is a Cree, but I don't know what it is. It's not a Cree XP-1 3, which is what's in the real one. I'll take this apart in just a second. I'm going to show you what's in there. It's set up a little bit differently than the real Hugsby. And if you recognize that, please feel free to leave a comment and let me know, because I'm curious what kind of Cree this is. So, you'll notice when I take the head off of these lights, something doesn't add up too well. Let me see here. Something's a little bit different. Well, in the real Hugsby, the LED, the reflector, the lens, it's all contained in the head of the light. Once you take it off, it's all right there. You can just slide the battery out if you want. They've also, on the back of the contact, you have a piece of foam that protects the negative, or is it the positive? It protects the positive side of the battery, so if you drop it down the tube real hard, it doesn't hurt it. Not a big deal, but that's one detail that's very nice. I don't know why you would want to skip that unless it's to make more money. This one is set up totally different. The LED right there, trying to show you, says Cree. There's no model number on the wafer. It has your negative, your positive. No kind of numbers, indicators. I have no idea what this is. So if you might have an idea, please let me know. Well, once you take that off, you have this, which, well, there we go. You have polycarbon lens, not glass. And you have a cheap little plastic reflector. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if this is a plastic reflector or an aluminum reflector in there. Since it is orange pilled, I'm going to lean more towards aluminum, but I really don't know. But anyway, as you can see, they're not designed quite the same. But let me put these back together and I'll turn them on and we'll look at them. Okay, that is the real Hugsby right there. And I'm going to try and do this, but keep in mind I'm using one hand. So, there we go. The one right there, that is the fake Hugsby. It looks like it's got a closer spot. It really doesn't. What's happening here is the real Hugsby below it, the one with the natural light, that's another difference. The real Hugsby has more of a soft white, whereas the fake Hugsby has more of a cool white LED. But anyway, the real Hugsby is a lot brighter, so it's making it look like it's breaking apart quickly, but it's really not. And that wall there is about 8 foot away, so hope that gives you some kind of idea. Yeah, I got these, like I said, from overseas. I bought them from this guy on eBay. Wan Yang, 2015. And I gave him some very negative feedback, but in the end, there's nothing I can do. So if you haven't bought one of these and you're wanting to really make sure that you purchase a real Hugsby XP-1, what I would do is get a seller picked out, go to the reviews, go to their negative reviews, and you may have to read 2 or 3 dozen of them before you find one that's a light bulb will go off and you say, hey, that doesn't sound right. Something's not right there. But just, take your time and read it. Read a couple of the reviews before you make your purchase. But anyway, that's been my review on how to spot a fake Hugsby XP-1. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions or comments, just let me know.